Alhamdulillah 𝗙𝗢𝗡 𝗪𝗘𝗧𝗏. Brothers and sisters, another piece of advice, inshallah, if one of your members of your family is afflicted and the affliction is very sinister, how do you deal with someone who is possessed? But the possession is really sinister, where in fact they mock the religion, they laugh at the religion. Okay, what you have to remind them, who they are, and try not to play into the affliction. Don't address everything to the affliction. Don't blame everything on the affliction. Just, say to the person that is afflicted, like, why are you doing this? What kind of behavior is this? This is not acceptable. You're a Muslim, alhamdulillah. And in their heads, which they won't disclose to you, they'll say, no, I'm not a Muslim. I don't believe in Allah. This is what's inside their heads. But you remind them of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as they get reminded, inshallah, they'll get better. At the same time, perform ruqya on them, blow on them, and remind them that they'll get cured by the will of Allah Azza wa Jal. Remind them, and you have to bring their iman, raise their iman, so they, inshallah, they can be reminded that the cure comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and that the Quran is a healing. But remember, their affliction will try to challenge that and prove you wrong. Okay? But what the person who is afflicted has to remember, they have to want to be cured. They have to fight for their life. They can't let this affliction overwhelm them by ridiculing the ruqya, or ridiculing the Quran, or ridiculing the religion of Islam. So please remember, when somebody's afflicted like this, where they laugh when you read the Quran, they laugh when you tell them to pray, they laugh when you tell them to go make wudu, and they must really go make wudu, but they don't do it, they lie, and they come back and they pray. They are afflicted, but treat them with gentleness and kindness, and don't address the jinn or the shayateen. Don't address them. Address the individual that's afflicted. Meaning, remind them of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Remind them of paradise. Remind them of the reward. But remember, in the first instance, they will refute you. They will ignore you. They will laugh at you. Okay? And I have actually a client who's sitting with me just like this, and I'm talking to the camera, because talking to the camera is like almost talking to him indirectly, and it has more of an effect. But when you talk to him directly, you'd find him, he would giggle, he would laugh, he would even walk away. Barakallahu feekum. I thought I would just share this, inshallah. I don't know how I'm going to upload this part, because it doesn't have really a beginning. Maybe we'll talk about the symptoms. So let's go for the symptoms. What symptoms does he have? This part will be deleted, by the way.